Okay, you guys, welcome to hour 2 of Jammin with Juice, you guys. Welcome back.
Love.
8 a.m. hour. All right, now in this hour, y'all, we are talking about one, it is Sip to That
Friday!
So we're gonna get to our Sip to That in a little bit, but right now we're gonna be talking about Cardi B. Because shout out to Cardi B, she just had her fourth baby with NFL star Stefon Diggs, or at least she announced it yesterday on the gram. Allegedly, she had the baby like last week. But like I said, y'all, it's coming with some criticisms because she is technically still married to husband Offset. All right. Yes, she has
That's still her husband?
It is still her husband.
Baby mama activity.
She filed for divorce back in, when did I say? In July of 2024, and she popped out with Stefon Diggs really in May of 2025, but apparently they have been linked up since October 2024.
So he been hitting that.
And that is according to People. But in May 2025, they made their first public appearance together at a Boston Celtics in New York
Making it official
game at Madison Square Garden after months of attending the same events but arriving separately. And I remember we had brought that up on Jammin with Juice when that did happen because, you know, I was like, okay, girl, she having her fun. Like, she's doing what she need to do. Like, she's moving on from Offset. And a lot of the girlies were, like, really happy for her. You know, they were like, listen, Cardi B, yes, you've been through a lot. Your man has, you know, put you through a lot. Your husband, or I should say. And you deserve to just have some fun. And to...
You deserve to be busted open, busted down.
At this point, she probably was pregnant then and had to start thinking, like, okay, how am I going to start letting people know eventually that I am pregnant, or like this is a thing? Because I don't think she could have just popped up pregnant with his baby and we didn't know that they were together. That would have looked a little crazy. But even in between that time when they were together and they were on that boat together, you remember they were on that boat
with
and
all the other thoughts,
and it was a bunch of other women on the boat, and then we saw like Stefon had like some little pink powder in a little baggie or something like that when he was talking to the ladies.
Pink cocaine.
People were just like, man, what's really going on? But during Cardi B's rollout of her album Am I the Drama, which I thought was really good, by the way, she told Gayle King, and she said that, listen, you know, I'm pregnant right now by my boyfriend Stefon Diggs. She confirmed that Stefon Diggs was her boyfriend and that they were pregnant and she was gonna have the baby soon. But while all of that is going on, she's also promoting her tour that I believe is starting in February. So within the last year, Cardi B has just been doing a lot of things. Okay, she's been in the news for stuff going on with Offset. She's been in a bunch of beefs from Nicki Minaj to Bia. And I'm sure JT was in the mix with all of that too. She popped out with her boyfriend Stefon Diggs. She's popping out with a baby. She popped out with an album after so many years, and she's popping out with she popped out a baby, and she's popping out with her tour coming in February. So it's a lot coming her way, but it comes with criticisms because she is still married, and mostly some men are saying like, girl, you stupid. I see Trey
stupid as hell
in the
chat. No, she really is
saying she's a clown.
She is a clown because so many women out there are like, okay, I'm gonna do everything I possibly can to become a wife. I want to be a wife. And when you're a wife, you're supposed to do wife things, but you don't go and, especially in the middle of your divorce, get pregnant by another man. And that's another reason.
What you supposed to do as a husband?
We're not talking about Offset right now. We're talking about Cardi B. Isn't that the title, Juice?
Oh my God.
Cardi B and Stefon Diggs.
He's an extension of the conversation.
Stefon Diggs.
Because if he was doing what he was supposed to do, then he wouldn't have never, you know, they wouldn't be getting a divorce.
She wouldn't have got busted down. No, if she would have been a responsible human being, if she would have been a prize productive citizen, how she's supposed to be, this wouldn't be happening right now. Sure, God bless you and your newborn baby. Well, what's really going to happen to you, Cardi B? Because I think your ratchet activity is going to be the downfall of you all. But you know what? Call in right now, Juice Nation, at 414-360 $89.99.
And
so you can get your voice heard.
Yes, and I will say when you guys call in, you will still be able to hear the show. So it's not like you have to. You won't be able to hear what we're talking about. When you call in, you can still hear everything that's going on. Yeah. And so
you'll be in a caller's queue. You know, it's kind of like you're in a host room waiting for us to answer your phone line. So right now we're gonna go to the phone lines and see who we got right now. Who is on our phone lines right now? Let's go. What's your name, caller?
You already know what it do.
BC Black Conscious. What's good, my dog?
Hey, I'm gonna make this real short because I'm in line and I don't want this young lady to think I'm tripping. But a man can never tell a woman what to do with her nana. So let that go, Ben.
Oh,
Let
come
that go.
on. Come on,
Let that go.
BC.
No,
Come on, no.
let that
We
go.
was
Let
just
that
talking
go,
about
Ben.
leaders the other day, bro. We just talked about leaders. She is a leader in the music industry. There's a lot of young women looking up to her. Are they supposed to, as soon as their husband cheat, go and cheat back and get pregnant? Is that what we want for our young children looking up to her? That's what they're supposed to do. Just be free with the pom pom. Is that what they're supposed to do?
That's what her. That's what her and her freedom and her celebrityness can do. What you
Oh,
can't and your morals don't count. So
oh,
let that go, bro.
BC,
Let it.
I'm convinced you just mad right now because you wish that you had got up in that thing.
Ooh wee, bro. You need prayer.
He is perfectly fine getting his morning cutty from his wife. Okay.
That is
Right.
real. What? Never mind. I'm not gonna ask you all that, BC. But no, thanks, BC, for calling in, bro, and thank you for being such a huge
Live
supporter of what we
righteous,
got
y'all.
going on. Yeah, God bless you. Be safe. Have a good weekend, fam. Have a good weekend. That's
All
love,
right.
man. Shout out to BC.
Now, before we go, you want to take the next caller
Let's
first?
take our next
Okay, let's
caller.
take the next caller first.
Let's see who we got on our lines right now. Caller, it is your chance to go and speak your mind. Who we
What's
got?
poppin', Juicy Jammer? And good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's Israel.
Hey. Oh,
Hey!
you're Israel finally. What's
We
up?
found Israel, y'all.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, I was actually thinking about this morning. You know what that comes back to? The power of women. Think about this. Women don't get a lot of appreciation and respect in this world because they got a role to play, right? At the same time, they possess the most powerful gift of all, that's giving life, right? So she's in this world, like, it feels like it's like a confusion thing. Like, so she's kind of getting back with how powerful she is. Like, think about that, right? It's like a vessel of life or vessel of pleasure, right? You figure this out. I'm sorry, I'm going through it this morning, but it's
You
like
got it.
it's like she's just using her power to her advantage and everything, right? Because a woman has a role to play, but at the same time, she has to be the most responsible being in the world for the sake of that. But at the same time, men won't admit that they're weak and possessive, and then they try to possess a woman in a sense. You get what I'm saying? So I see what Black Conscious was just getting at right there.
Okay, but okay. So let me ask you this though: don't you find it hypocritical though? Because
You
at
say
one point,
hypocrite, suspicious.
it's for real. Because at one point, Cardi B is like, "Offset is such a bad dude. He's out here cheating on me." Although that may have been her husband, she went and found a boyfriend. All right, she went and found a boyfriend who was doing the exact same thing. And do you think that she found this acceptable because Stefon Diggs makes significantly more money than Offset does?
You know, there's dishonor written all over people. I ain't never seen somebody bail somebody out of jail and snitch on them. So I'm wondering, it's like a rap for reparations in itself, in the sense in itself. So, you know, once it's up, then it's up, then it's done. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
She did what she wanted to do, and they gotta live with it.
All right. Well, thank you, Israel. We appreciate you
Thanks,
for calling
dog.
in today.
God bless you and be safe out there. All right.
Yes, be safe. Happy sip to that
Friday. Woo!
If you guys would like to call in, the number is 414-360-8989. And like I said, you will still be able to hear our show while you are in the queue. All right. So don't forget that if you want to chime in on the conversation. But the thing is, you guys, like, I completely understand where y'all are somewhat coming from. Okay. Because when Cardi B first popped out with Stefon Diggs, I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't think it was anything serious, okay? Yeah. I thought it was just her enjoying herself, having a good time, you know, not really tripping
having
on nothing.
Having a good time, being irresponsible? That's irresponsible. That's bad poom management.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, one, I don't want us to control what she does with her body, but I think she understands, and really, she's the one at the end of the day who has to deal with this. And so people have been coming for her online, and she took to social media to address all of the drama that was going around when it comes to her even getting pregnant by Stefon Diggs. People saying like, "Oh, you are still a wife. Like, how dare you?" Now you got Offset throwing shots at her in his song, saying, you know, you a pregnant wife. Like, how that look? Nicki Minaj throwing shots. And so in a video that Cardi B had when she was on social media, and she was like cooking up some casserole or something like that, she said, "Hello, Barbara, this is Shirley," as she was saying like, "That's your baby daddy? Yeah. B, that's my baby daddy too." She said, "What now? I don't know. We're gonna figure it out though, B, because at the time,
we're gonna share 'em."
At the time, it was still, the paternity test was still about to go on with the baby that ended up being his. So we didn't know just yet if he was actually the father yet. So they're like, she's like, listen, that's our baby daddy now. We gonna figure it out. And I think she's at the age, and she's a woman who is just like, you know what? Maybe it could have been a mistake. Maybe it wasn't. I felt like I liked him or loved him enough at the time to keep this baby and to do what I needed to do. I'm giving him a son. We just gonna deal with what comes with it. Now, it was unexpected to me. I'm sure it was unexpected to a lot of people. But if she's happy, I mean, I guess she can go be happy. You know, she can be happy. But Stefon Diggs as a person, I don't know if, I just hope he doesn't hurt her the same way that Offset did. That's what I'm going to say, because she doesn't deserve to be with one person who hurt her and then end up getting with another guy who hurts her the same. And I think sometimes with us women, we can get blinded by like the love bombing. We can get blinded by the words that are being told to us, and we can really truly feel like a person is different or a person is going to change, and then they do change, and they were really just lying to you the entire time, and now you have to deal with this baby and deal with this situation. But you know,
then just let me,
some ownership has to be taken, but maybe she's already dealt with that.
And that's what I'm saying. Just like, why is it okay, or why do you even think that Cardi was like, you know what, my husband was a cheater, and then I'm finna go ahead and go with somebody else who obviously cheated on me, and I'm gonna claim this dude. Why is Stefon Diggs okay in her from her perspective versus her just working it out with her husband?
I think it probably, when it comes to Offset, I think she just was tired of the repeatedly being cheated on and repeatedly being in the news for her husband, you know, being with other women. That's embarrassing. So you know what I mean? But I mean, people could look at it as it's embarrassing that she's with Stefon Diggs right now. But
I mean, she like baby mama number what, 2, 3 over there?
And one of them. And you know, it's really crazy because I feel like maybe all of this happened very fast. Like with her popping out with Stefon Diggs, but Offset was saying she really been doing with him since she was pregnant with Blossom. You remember he said that?
God, that's crazy.
He had said that, like, you over here getting it in with my baby up in there, like you pregnant. Why are you doing stuff with Stefon Diggs, bro?
And that's all I'm saying. That baby's brain cells hurt, okay? That baby's brain cells hurt. You know, if you're already pregnant, like if you're a woman and you're pregnant out there, and another man is just going up in your poom poom or whatever, he's hitting the top of your baby's head.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? That's bogus.
I guess my point of what I'm trying to say is,
don't give a damn about that baby's health.
When they first initially started, you know, doing the do and having their fun together, Cardi B and Stefon Diggs, they probably hadn't labeled yet what they actually were. You know, they probably were only to get, like, you know, getting it in for a couple months and having some fun. And in that meantime, I'm hoping that Stefon was, you know, out here being Stefon Diggs and doing what he was doing while they weren't necessarily a couple just yet. That's what I'm hoping. Because if that baby was born in April and then they were rumored to be talking to each other like October of 2024, it could have been something early. It could have been new. And I'm not trying to stick up for the situation.
It sounds like you are.
It is unfortunate.
It sounds like you're empathetic. You're sympathetic towards Cardi B's plight.
I am being sympathetic towards her because.
But if the shoe was on the other foot, it would not be the same.
When you're having a baby, bro, it's a lie.
That baby, it was born with a concussion. I guarantee you.
I don't want this for Cardi B.
Getting hit on top of the head by a football player before you even out the womb, that's crazy.
Like, I don't think that this is gonna end well, but like if she does, then I guess she does, you know, and she's just gonna have to live with, I don't want to call it a consequence because it's not a consequence.
It's
I'm
going
sure
to be
she
consequences
loves her baby,
for her actions.
But it's just, she gotta live with it. And I think she understands she gotta live with it.
And I will say this though, to be quite frank with y'all, when this whole thing even had spiraled out or whatever, her being pregnant by Stefon Diggs, all these things, I got to thinking. I think that Cardi B was trying to make certain that she could maintain a bag. All right, if we're being honest, right? Cardi B album did what it did or whatever, but we know a lot of music artists aren't making a lot of money off of their music. I think what Cardi B was really looking at is like, you know what? I will have Stefon Diggs, baby, because I'm going to put this man on child support, and I will be good for the rest of my lifetime. Offset can't do it for me like that. He can't match with the lifestyle that I want to live.
His music ain't selling like that.
It's not. And by the way, it doesn't mean he does not make great music. I always felt like Offset was the best out of the Migos, and he has an album coming out with Gunna, and I can't wait for that duo album to come come out. It's going to be fire. Okay, but I think Cardi B was looking at that like, you know what, Stefon Diggs is a paycheck, so I don't mind if I gotta be baby mama number 2 or 3. It doesn't matter to me anymore at this point. I'm just trying to make certain that I can eat and the kids that I do have out of my poom poom can eat as well. But call in, Juice Nation, at 414-360-8999 so you can get your voice heard.
Yeah, and you know, it's a tough and it's a sticky situation. You know, I'm just not trying to be another person tearing her down while she could be going through a lot. You know, she's postpartum now. Even when she was about to have the baby, she said she felt like it was a lot of like evil spirits around her trying to like ruin certain things.
She didn't have so many spirits in her.
I don't want to add to the drama. You know what I mean? But I think at the end of the day, we have to give her some grace because she probably understands the situation that she essentially put herself in. And if she's saying that Stefon Diggs is her boyfriend and they're happy together and she's happy to get this man a boy because it's his first boy, and hopefully that baby that he had back in April, it was, you know, while they were still in like a talking phase type of situation. But I'm just gonna give her some grace now. But I will say, if she start coming to, if things start going wrong with their relationship and she want to start going to social media crying about it, I don't think people are going to have as much sympathy for her in that situation.
No, because y'all women will. Y'all women will empathize and sympathize with this woman. Like I said before, I think this was bad poom management. That's really how I feel. And then secondly, this is also showing a lot of people that are influenced by Cardi B, all that, oh man, I'm gonna get my get back too, can wind you up with a permanent damage. You know, with something you have to with a permanent responsibility. You know, so like she's over here worried about getting her get back with Offset or whatever, or get back at Offset, and she winds up getting pregnant by this dude and doesn't mind downplaying herself and looking like a clown. Because at the end of the day, if she was going to do this, she should have just waited for her divorce to actually finalize. You know, there are rumors out there talking about Offset. Things just happen.
You think
whatever.
This
we
baby
too grown
was
for
planned?
that. We too grown for that. We too damn grown for that. Things just happen. No, things don't just happen. You knew exactly what was going on when you decided to take the condom off. Okay, you knew exactly what was going on.
Says the man taking blue pills around here.
You know what? I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson after I took that blue pill, and I'll never do it again. Okay, but Cardi B knew exactly what was going on. This is the same woman. You talk about me taking pills. She made certain that she was drugging dudes. She knew what was going on.
By me saying, dang, you out here killing it. By me saying that it just happened, I'm just saying I'm sure, or I'm assuming that this baby wasn't necessarily planned. Like, do you know how many people out here be knowing what they doing when they're having unprotected, you know?
Cardi B is from the streets. She wanted to trap this man.
And you know, that's how we get
She's trying to solidify a bag.
That's how we get baby mamas and baby daddies today. They don't get planned. It just happens because they don't take the precautions to make it not happen. Bro. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that it was necessarily planned. So what I'm saying is they was probably having a lot of fun, you know, and this happened and she wasn't about to get rid of the baby. And so she's like, well, listen, this is my boyfriend or whatever.
I just think,
call it what it is. I'm just saying, don't come crying to the internet if things don't work out the way that you think they're going to work out, because people are going to look at you like, yeah, girl, maybe you are the drama, because how do you pick the same type of person? And people do that though. They have like a type, right? Where they're like, oh, I like this person because he gives me this like bad. He gives me these like bad boy vibes, or I feel protected, or I feel whatever. And then they keep going to the same type of person. But it takes these type of situations to hopefully learn from, so you don't make those same similar mistakes. So that's all I'm saying is, if something goes down with your relationship, I wouldn't advise you to take it to the internet, girl, because I think you might get dragged.
Look, you know what? Cardi B, just know that you mean something to people out here, man, and you have a lot of influence. I want to see Cardi B grow as not only just a person, but as an artist as well. I truly believe all the ratchet behavior that she believes is making her marketable, and that's why people love her. She needs to grow from that space. You know, you have a lot of young women who were with you about 10 years ago that have grown up, and they want to grow and become better women, okay? And Cardi B, you having the influence that you have the power to sway a lot of women's opinions of not only just you, but of themselves as well. So if you're going to go ahead and do, you know, bad poom management, just know that there's a lot of other women that's going to follow suit and have bad poom management as well. That's why Milwaukee is the way Milwaukee is right now.
Man, we gotta stop blaming adults for following other adults, bro. I get if you're talking about teenagers, but saying an adult like Cardi B, oh, if you 30 years old and you following what Cardi B got going on, you're the clown. You're the crazy person because Cardi B is rich, so she probably ain't even finna really be with them babies like that. Yes, she take care of her kids really well, but I'm saying with her work schedule and her about to be on tour and stuff, she gonna have a lot of nannies helping her out. Y'all don't have that. Y'all do not have that. Y'all got to take care of the kids yourselves because the grandmas is in the club with you, so you can't drop them off at your mama house.
What'd you say? Act your wage.
You said it, not me. But that is Cardi B and Stefon Diggs. Congratulations, Cardi. Congratulations,
congratulations.
Stefon.
Had a nice, healthy
and
baby.
I pray that y'all have even more blessings together and it's not no drama affiliated with this situation because we don't need no more drama from you.
And I just want to say, you know, how disrespectful it is too. You know, even if, you know, we going through something and you know, I may have cheated on you, whatever case may be, you go ahead and have a baby on me. You have a baby on me. You know, because think about this. Like, never mind. I'll digress. I just know why Nicki Minaj was on Cardi B's heels. You know, I understand so much more now.
Nicki should be quiet because Nicki got a lot going on in her life too. That's like what they call it, the pot calling the kettle black. Come on now. But anyway, you guys.
That's like the pot calling the kettle.
When we come back, we are going to do Sip to That
Friday!
And we want you guys as well. This is our very first one back. So we want y'all to put in the chat and to call in and let us know what you guys are sipping on, sipping for, or sipping to this weekend. Okay, this is the segment where y'all can get it off your chest.
Get it all off your chest.
Get it off your chest, just like that. And let us know what's been going on with y'all. I know we have a lot that we want to talk about. So make sure you guys keep it locked. We got more Jammin with Juice coming up. Sip to That Friday.